Hello racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, October 19th races at Hastings. We'd have 7 on tap, and hopefully the weather holds. Should be a good day. And we did have a great day last week.
Yes,
the weather wasn't good, but we had great racing.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly an ideal day for racing out at Hastings Park.
It was brutal.
But we did have some great races. We went over the Ballerina and the Premiers on the Saturday card. Today we're going to have a look at the 2-year-olds. The first one is the Fantasy for 2-year-old fillies, and there we go. They break well. Who's that going to lead? That's Seedle
Surprise goes to the front with... there's a few of them out there early. I thought there would be a lot more pace on Zip 1. A couple of the 3.5 furlong horses, the Tenant and Zip 1, didn't really go out there. They kind of were trying to
That's Ambleside Park ambling up on the outside.
Yeah, no, nice ride. Got into a perfect spot here.
It was Rico Walcott Day on Monday.
It definitely was.
Winning 3 of the 4 stakes. He goes up and just kind of lays just
comfortable.
Off Seedle Surprise.
Yeah, there's no one really putting pressure on.
24 flat.
Nice, comfortable fractions. The 3 Quattro Cats in a nice spot.
Yeah.
Rockport Dancer had a kind of a rough go, was 4 wide through much of the race, but ended up being not a bad place to be.
Yeah, there was an unfortunate incident
at the far turn.
On the far turn here as a
48 and 4.
Yeah.
Was a good half mile, and Rico traveling well, and really, this horse definitely bred to run on. It's a half to Madeira Park.
Yeah.
Out of the very good race mare Capilano, and Capilano be quite all smiles with her daughter Madeira Park, probably wrapping up older mare honors, and this one winning very comfortably here. As you see, Ambleside Park drawing away, Rockport Dancer in second, Quattro Cat in third. The balance of the field are well back. It's pretty much these 3 from here on in. It's I think with Ambleside Park pretty much well in control. Amadeo Perez very comfortable in second with Rockport Dancer. He does hit her left-handed for second, but once she gets into the second spot, not going to lose it. He really wraps up for second here. But Ambleside Park, no doubt about a winner for Ray Hansen and the exclusive stable, and trainer Dave Forster.
Continuing to add to the resume of Capilano, as you mentioned.
Excellent. Rockport Dancer, good second, and Quattro Cat third, but 3 very nice fillies running 1, 2, 3 in the Fantasy. And then the final race of the day was for the boys. The Ascot graduation, $75,000. Lord Rosberg was your big, heavy favorite.
Under Frank Fuentes, Richard Hamilton did go down in that race. Richard is okay, but a little banged up, and he will not be riding this weekend, as we mentioned on yesterday's show. Keyshawn Belgobin, who's on the other horse that did go down, he will be riding this weekend. So the horses to watch here are the 9,
Lord Rosberg,
and the 2 Blue Dancer under Rico Walcott. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, the Alberta Invader.
Blue Dancer,
broke very well and out there in contention. Lord Rosberg got a rough go here. I mean, a little indecision. Go, do I not go? Ended up taking back into 4th, but Blue Dancer in a nice spot, and they really slow it. They went 23 and 2, but they slow it up the next quarter here. Captain Jones is out there with O'Derrick, and O'Derrick didn't want to give anything away to Lord Rosberg, and that's why Lord Rosberg had to settle back in 4th. So an unfortunate trip for him. But he still fights on admirably, and they go into the turn, 3 across the track again. Captain Jones leaving the rail open for Blue Dancer, and they did half, almost in 48. They really, the second quarter was pretty comfortable, and even the third quarter is pretty handy too. It's pretty comfortable, I mean. And these 3 pretty much race as a team, and Lord Rosberg's getting a nice box seat in behind them. There goes Frank 4 deep. And they got rid of Captain Jones, same barn. But he left town at the 3/8 pole, and now it's these 3.
Derek he gets a little wary on the head end. Blue Dancer getting away from him, and Lord Rosberg here, he makes his move, and valiant effort. His first time going long, first for all of them, but a big race by Lord Rosberg.
He was wide the whole race.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was going to like going long, but
he did. He ran a winning race, just didn't get the trip. I mean, Blue Dancer got the trip, and that's why Rico Walcott wins all sorts of races. He gives horses great rides and gives them the trip, and they're usually in play early. And
come down to the wire here.
there's only going to be a nostril.
Blue
it's
Dancer.
Blue Dancer on the inside. Did hold on at 146 3/5. Put a second and a half faster in the filly division of this race. But congratulations to the Alberta Connections, headed by Greg Tracy and Rico Walcott. As Blue Dancer continues undefeated.
Yep.
He didn't cross the finish line first in all 4 of his races, but he did win one via disqualification. But he's a perfect 4 for 4 in his 2-year-old.
2 very nice undefeated colts there, Lord Rosberg, with his first loss. Just
it's tough luck for Gail Breckenridge and Lillian Jarvis Meehan and Pat Jarvis. Pat, you did a great job with her. She ran great, or he ran great, and
have to be happy
deserved the money.
Turned out this year.
Got the wide trip, unfortunate, but had to settle for second. But it's still been a great year and a championship year for Lord Rosberg. He will be getting a lot of awards at the awards dinner in December. All right, on to the Sunday program. Got 7 races on tap, $5,000 fillies and mares to kick it off, going 6.5. I ended up on the 4, Sacred Delight. Dropped down last time, got an easy win. Got cleaned by John Snow, and the Corsair Holdings steps up to the 5,000 level, but she can handle this jump up in class. I put CA Miss, another John Snow runner, in for second, and Miss Heatheridge shortening up to 6.5 for third. Those are the 3 horses I saw. I didn't really. The only reason I didn't fancy Danny's Chan is because I think, I might get some pressure from Sacred Delight, but maybe Amadeo can sneak away and lead a long ways. But I do like Sacred Delight to win it. 4, 5, 6.
I went with CA Miss on top. Since dropping down to this level, she's been very tough all year. Danny's Chan got away from her last time. It was kind of a speedy track, and got away from her. They ran in 16 and 4, very fast for fillies of this caliber. And I think with a little bit more to run at, CA Miss could get back in the winner's circle for owner Wayne Oliver. I put Danny's Chan in second because that was a monster effort last time. If she can repeat that effort, if she can get away on her own, if Amadeo can work out the trip, it's 16 and 4. Anytime you can run like that, you're going to win some races down at this level. And Sacred Delight in the 3rd spot, obviously, as you mentioned, this is not much of a move forward for her. She was running in those starter series, which were very tough, just got beaten one by a nose, and made a mistake last time, and she comes back here. I went 5-2-4, but you can spin those any direction you like. They're all very tough fillies at this level. In the first, on to the second, Maiden 5, going 6.5. For 3-year-olds and up, and I have landed, fillies and mares, mostly fillies though, it's actually all fillies, 3-year-old filly race for Maiden 5. And I landed on the 2, Rob Maven's Portray Your Vision. Couple of bridesmaids finishes the last 2, got beat 2 lengths, then 1 length. She's moving forward, no newcomers, no big droppers. She figures to be tough in here for trainer Rob Maven. I got Portray Your Vision on top. I went with the 6, 2IC, the Rosie Anderson barn. Just had the 1 run out of a very capable barn, trainer Rosie Anderson, and I look for her to take a step forward in her 2nd spot. A horse that does not have as much form as a lot of these horses are going for their 7th, 16th, 12th time maidens. I like the fact that she's a lightly raced daughter of second in command that could take a big step forward in her 2nd start. In the 3rd spot, I went with Macawow out of the Phil Hall barn. Keyshawn Balgobin takes over. 2 back, led the whole way, just got tired late. Was never really a threat last time, but I looked around for somebody else and I put in Macawow. 2, 6, and 3 for me.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to add. I agree. Portray Your Vision. No, I don't love the horse, but the horse has run better than anyone else in here. The one that could move forward is the 6, 2IC. Just had the 1 race and was only beaten less than 4 lengths too, Portray Your Vision. So there's a lot of room for improvement, making her 2nd start of the year. And I put the 3, Macawow. It was between the 2 Phil Hall horses for 3rd, and Keyshawn Balgobin ends up on this one, who I think would have the liver one of the 2. He rode Jamila last time, so I put her in for 3rd. I agree. 2, 6, 3 are your horses in the 2nd. On to the 3rd race, $16,000 condition claimers, non-2 as well as non-3 BC bred are eligible here, going 6.5 furlongs. I landed on the 2 Peyton's Best. I think he's been running in the quality tough races. Hooked into After the Conflict and Rebus last time at the same level.
Look back at his form too. Go for Guinness, Wiley,
he's been running way better horses. And the 1 Ambidextrous Dude is going to take a pile of money because it ran on that very fast racetrack that everyone seemed to go in 116. So even the $4,000 horses you were mentioning earlier went in 16 and change. So it was a pretty quick track. I like Peyton's Best to win it. He's the best horse for my money. I put the 1 Ambidextrous Duke in for 2nd and the 5 DJ Snow in for 3rd. I'm not going to give up on him. he ran, against he was probably a little too close to the pace last time. Speed didn't come back at all. They ran very fast, and I know he's better than that race. He's run good races early enough this year to be competitive with this group. I went 2, 1, and 5.
I see it pretty much the same way, Mike. Peyton's Best, for my money, is the horse to beat in here. I put DJ Snow in the second spot. Just because Ambidextrous Duke, when he tried this level before, was not really a factor. Yeah. And that's quite a drop down to the 4,000 non-2 level, where he did run fast. But
still, you're running by Shotgun Ralph.
Exactly, in Lord Galloway. He's not running against overly tough horses. DJ Snow has been class tested much more.
These are way tougher.
So I'll give him the shot for second. I put Ambidextrous Duke in the third spot. I see it very similar to Mike. I went 2, 5, and 1 in the third. On the fourth, 3-year-olds and up 4,000 non-2, going 6.
There's my Shotgun Ralph.
There's
I like him too
Ralph.
in this spot.
Yeah, I got him in the mix. I put Wee Harry on top. Good second last time, actually last weekend, and was claimed. Goes to the barn of Mal Beveridge. Amadeo Perez takes over. He got beat by Lord Calazar, who would be a horse I would like very much in here. So I put Wee Harry on top. I went to Cowboy Commander out of the Phil Hall barn in the second spot. He drops down to his lowest price of his life. That race 3 back only got beat ahead by Majestic Mark. Then he was in the London race. These horses are not as tough. So I give Cowboy Commander a little bit of respect in here. In the third spot, I put Shotgun Ralph, 2 seconds at this level. He's going to break through. He did run second to Ambidextrous Duke in that fast time last time. So he's definitely in the mix here as well. I went 6, 2, and 1.
Yeah, I went to the 1 Shotgun Ralph.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to him over Lord Galovic. I think those are your 2 horses coming out of the Ambidextrous Duke race.
Yeah.
They're going to probably be undervalued because of the time of the race. The final time was, quick, and are they that quick? No, they're not. None of them are. They're not. None of them are 1:16 horses. But it was just a racetrack that dictated, the final time. It was a live track, and horses were getting over it well. It was live. They had good spring to it, and they were running fast over the track. But Shotgun Ralph, not a lot of speed in here, so I see him getting the lead, and play catch me if you can. Lord Gallop will be right in play, and I agree with Wee Harry, who gets probably a system shocker after 15 or 16 starts. This horse will be going on Lasix for the first time.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how he does. But he is shortening up 6.5 furlongs, which is, probably not his best distance. And that's the only reason I don't have him on top. But I respect the fact that Amadeo Perez is aboard. I went 1-3-6 in the Sunday fourth. On to the 5th race. $4,000 fillies and mares, non-3 lifetime, going a mile on a 16th. Ended up on the 6, Be Remarkable. Pretty impressed with her game effort at the non-2 level. Battling on the head end through some crazy fractions for 23, 46-2, 112. Kept going. Held off Zenita Rose, who did not come back to run well, I might add, or did Queen Militant. But Be Remarkable ran, I thought, a winning race, and I don't see anyone that can go with her. I don't think she needs to go anywhere near that fast, so I like her. I put the 1 Classic Cheese, who just won 6 days ago. Actually won quite nicely under Keishan Balgobin. He's actually been aboard for both of her career victories, so he seems to have the key on the Daughter of Finality, and I put her in for second and put the 3 Jag Time Tune for third with Amadeo. So I went 6, 1, and 3, but I do like the speedy number 6.
I did go to the 3 Jag Time Tune, the one you just mentioned. Amadeo Perez sticks with. Off a win in the non-4 2 level. I like her kind of stock and pound style, and I think there could be a bit of gas in here, as you mentioned, with Be Remarkable. Maybe Midnight Moon goes as well. And she could fit into a good spot and try and run them down late. In the second spot, I went with La Factor Wow, the 5-horse of the Steve Henson barn. She's been running in open company races against Princess Zaida and Honey Skila and tougher mares. The last time she ran in a 4,000 non-3, it was against the boys, and she only got beat ahead by Lord Harlow. Then she came back and ran against the boys again in an open 4,000 against Ruffy Joe and After Court. And then I mentioned she goes in against Princess Zaida. So dropping in against these, I think, it's much softer company, and she can make some noise in here. And Classic Cheese out of the Barb Heads barn. Barb going very well right now, as you saw in our replays. In the third spot, as you mentioned, Keishan Balgobin got the most out of her. 3, 5, and 1 for me in the 5th. On to the 6th, the Harbor View. For horses who have not won a stake this year, and I have gone to the likely favorite,
Senior
out of the Dave Forster barn, Senior Rojo, the tough old boy out of place. Going for his 13th win. He's been a model of consistency throughout his career. Been running in the optional 35s this year and been very tough at that level, which dictates you would be tough at this level. He's going to love the distance. He's won 3 races at the distance. Look at that, 3, 3, and 8 out of 19 starts at the distance. Amadeo Perez knows him very well, been riding him throughout the year, and got a couple wins already this year. And 441,000 he's made. Nobody's even close to that. I like Senior Rojo in here. I went with the 2 Dino Condolinos runners in 2nd and 3rd. I went with Modern in the 2nd spot. He's going to be your pace horse, and if he sneaks away, he could be tough. There's probably going to be too much speed in here for him to get away on his own, but if he does, he will take them a long way. And Frank Fuentes, I'm sure, had his choice between Modern and Stratify, and I think Dino thinks that Modern is the liver one. He put him on in the 2nd spot, and I did put Stratify, another one just beat Modern, and Hope Seeker in a good optional 45, so he's not out of it either. I got 8, 3, and 2.
Yeah, I agree. I think Senior Rojo is definitely a horse to beat. This horse has been, this is like an optional 35, and Senior Rojo going to get a great pace to run at. Don't Mess with Kit and Stratify, Modern, the Gov. You're going to see a pace in here. Senior Rojo must have had a good trip, and he won't be on the lead like he was last time. He was in a paceless race last time, and Amadeo seized the opportunity and gave him a great ride and got the lead.
Put him on the lead and make him beat you.
And he beat them, but he's dangerous, and on wet tracks, which he's probably going to get, he's just a tough horse. I put the 2 Stratify in for 2nd. He's not the most consistent horse to try and follow, but he can jump up and win at any time. He is a cool horse, and he might get a trip in behind the speed. His stablemate Modern, who I've left out of the top 3, likely going to go with the 1 Don't Mess with Kitten, who is in need the lead tight. For some reason, was taken off the pace last time, and I know he didn't break great, but I know he's going to try and be on the lead this time. But I got Stratify in for 2nd, and I put the 4 horse Thanks a Million, who might be able to take advantage of a hot pace. Nice long shot horse that kind of ran good 3rd behind Slice of Red.
He's got a nice move, right?
And Son of Tiago in his debut. Went back to Emerald, broke his maiden, came here, ran a good 3rd to go for Guinness and Peyton's Best going long. There was no pace in that race, and it really played against him. Then once again, he ran into Mysterious Soul, who was 2nd in the Premiers. Francis Finest and Senior Rojo, but there was no speed in that race again. Those horses were not. There was no horses making big moves, and he was last early, and it really hurt him. And I just think he might be coming up to a better race.
I like that. It's a good wise guy pick.
Yeah, just because there is going to be a pace. So we got Don't Mess with Kitten, Stratify, Modern, the Gov. There's going to be a 23:46 opening half. So someone has to come from out of it. I don't trust Hope Seeker. He's an in-and-out horse. Francis Finest, a little off form right now. Step up for the money. Stepped up nicely last time, but this is a lot tougher company. So I just think Thanks a Million can fit. But I agree with you. Like Senior Rojo is your horse. I went 8, 2, and 4. On to the 7th and final race. Fillies and Mares here. 4,000 claimers. Going the 6.5 furlongs. Ended up once again another speed field laden with speed in it. I went the 2 Honey Skila, hoping for an off-the-pace move under Keyshawn Balgobin. Good runner-up effort to Princess Ada going long last time. I think a little leery about the layoff. The horse has been off over a month, but it does have a work last week or a couple of weeks back. I'm going to go to Honey Skila maybe to take advantage of a hot pace. Put the 8 Willamette, reclaimed for $5,000 last time. They immediately drop her for 4, and I think she's a need the lead type for my money. I've never seen her go by very many horses. She can sit 2nd maybe with no dirt in her face, but against this level, I think you still have to respect her. And I put the 6 horse Rachel Run. When she's good, she's very good, and I can see her being dangerous as well. So I went 2, 8, and 6 in a race I had a lot of trouble with.
I ended up on one you didn't mention. I ended up on the 5 Find Your Beach.
Claimed New Barn.
Claimed last time. Go to Jim Brown. Jim Brown's good off the claim, and when she was running down at this level, she rolled through her conditions pretty easy, the daughter of Forest Grove, and she definitely fits at this level. She gets Amadeo Perez. I don't mind Find Your Beach at all. I put her in the top spot. I agree with Willamette. Dino Condolinos definitely seemed to get the most out of this filly. She was running against Lady Henrietta. She beat Lockett, He was running
a quality filly when you got her going right.
Got claimed off Dino and didn't have much success with Steve Henson, but now Dino claims her back, puts Frank back on her. Maybe Dino just has the key to her, and maybe he can get the most out of her. And for 4,000, I'm not going to leave her off the ticket. And the 3rd spot, I put your top horse, Honey Skila. Definitely one to be feared in here. Keyshawn Balgobin rides for trainer Steve Henson. I went 5, 8, and 2 in the nightcap. That'll do it for our analysis of the Sunday, October 19th races.
Picks coming up next.
Up next, our pick. Mike is always his first.
Back in race number 1, I went to the 4, Sacred Delight. I went 4, 5, 6. Race number 2, I went to the 2, Portray Your Vision, but it's 2 and 6 for me. Either way, I could. Those are interchangeable. I went 2, 6, and then the 3 for third. Third race, went to the 2, Peyton's Best, like him a lot, 2-1-5. Fourth race, number 1, Shotgun Ralph, tough race. This is a toughie.
That might be the all-button race.
That's a tough race and the early win for, actually the start of the late win for as well, 1-3-6. Fifth race, went to the 6, Be Remarkable, over the 1, Classic Cheese, and the 3, Jag Time Tune. Sixth race, number 8, the Classy Senor Rojo, 8-2-4 for me in the Sunday feature. And then the 7th and final, I went to the 2, Honey Skila, and hope for a hot pace duel. I went 2, 8, and 6.
Up next will be my picks. There we go. In the first, I went with number 5, C.A. Miss, over the 2 and the 4. In the second, I'm on the 2, Portray Your Vision, over the 6 and the 3. In the third, back to number 2 with Mike, Peyton's Best, over the 5 and the 1. In the fourth, I went to the 6, Wee Harry, over the 2 and the 1. In the fifth, I went to the 3, Jag Time Tune, over the 5 and the 1. In the sixth, I agree with Mike, Tough Old Boy, Senior Rojo, over the 3 Modern and the 2 Stratify. And in the nightcap, the 7th, I went with the 5, Find Your Beach, over the 8 and the 2.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. Hopefully a little bit of insight we gave you, and might lead you to some winning wagers throughout the Sunday afternoon. And if you can't make it out to the track, of course, first race goes at 1:50. Please do, if you're in the South Surrey area, come out here to the lovely Derby Bar and Grill. And if you're at the track, you can pick up our selections, nice sheet with all our picks on it, as well as an overnight on, as well as the 2-for-1. Derby Bar and Grill coupon, entree coupon, which is quite valuable. So only one more week to go.
Yes, we move into the last weekend of Hastings next week. We'll be doing obviously our shows for Saturday and Sunday, and then we are going to do a full rundown of your Breeders' Cup races the following week. Very exciting time to be in the thoroughbred industry. Thank you very much for joining us on Handicapper's Corner. On behalf of Mike, we'll see you next time.
Valentine, the morning works look fine. You know the jockeys, brother.